We are live. Welcome back to episode 5 of Inactive Listening. It is like about 10:30, 10:40 a.m. on Saturday.
On a Saturday, yep. On a rainy,
Crummy.
which actually was just how it was last episode, too.
That's right.
It was also raining.
And then by the time that we got done, it was like nice and birds are chirping.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it is June 1st.
Yeah.
June 1st.
Already in June. That's kind of crazy.
Last day of school was just the other day.
Yep. Yeah.
Walter started his internship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So how was you on the last day?
Nothing. I spent a lot of time playing the new hit game, Squad Busters.
Squad Busters.
Yep.
Squad Busters. Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I spent a lot of time doing that. I brought my Switch. I didn't play it a whole lot.
Is it sweeping the school? Like, is everyone playing Squad Busters?
Yeah. Within the last, 2 days of school, it was, I don't know.
I really enjoy it. I think it's a great game.
It's a fun game. I don't know. It's probably going to die really soon, I'm assuming.
It's a shame that it was released at the end of school.
I know.
You know?
That's what,
I don't know if Supercell thought about that at all, or if maybe they did in Norway or Finland. They're in a Nordic country. I think it's Sweden actually.
This is news to me.
In Northern Europe, they might have planned it for a specific reason, but yeah, it sucks that in America they're kind of getting the bulk of the rush over the summer. You know.
Right. But maybe that's their plan because students will have time.
And they'll be updating it.
Yeah.
I know there was one time I was in a clan, in Clash of Clans, and it was like full of British university students. And I joined like at the start of August, and right at September, they're like, "Okay, boys, I'm gonna take a break now to focus on school." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But yeah, it's interesting how some people's relationship with Clash of Clans or Supercell games that require like a lot of time.
Right. Huh.
Mario Kart Tour. How long did that one last?
Oh, I don't know. I do
maybe
that
a
one.
month.
Yeah.
Maybe a month.
I played it like a couple weeks, and then I was like, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, I never liked it ever. It doesn't
Really?
make sense as a game. No. That being said, I never got it. I never played it.
Oh, okay.
Beyond like trying on someone else's phone.
I played it. I think what I remember from it, it was just very limited.
Very limited.
There's like 3 characters that I don't have.
A lot
I have
of
to pay money.
microtransactions.
You know?
A lot of microtransactions, which is it was uncharacteristic for Nintendo.
Yeah.
To have that many expensive paid features.
Yeah.
And then of course Among Us lasted a long time. That was a year.
Well, that was there though for years, and then
it was released in 2018, and then the pandemic had it blow up.
Yeah.
And I know it was around for like, I think it was around for a good 2 years actually, in like the cultural zeitgeist.
People still playing stuff.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people now who have like gone back to it. You know, they've updated it a lot.
Really?
And I was one of those people. I was like, well, this isn't fun anymore. This is like really different. It's kind of like what happened in Minecraft, I think.
Okay.
Although there's a new Minecraft update too.
Really?
Yeah. Well, okay. New. I don't know how long ago it was. The newest one is Tricky Trials, which is coming out the 15th, I think.
Interesting.
And it's almost like they added Breath of the Wild dungeons to Minecraft. There's like rooms with like parkour and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
But what I was talking about was add-ons. Do you know anything about that?
Add-ons, like.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Do you remember the Poisonous Potato update? Air quotes.
Oh yeah.
So that was released on April Fools, and it wasn't an actual update, right? Like people, it's not like every Minecraft world was now.
Yeah.
Poisonous Potato-ified, right? What it was the first ever add-on added to console Minecraft. Okay. And an add-on is effectively a mod. So now in the Minecraft store, there's loads of mods, you know, and a lot of classic mods, like people from our generation or older who were on YouTube when they were kids would know
Right. Stampy
like
Cat.
Tinker's Construct, Morph Mod, like they're add-ons now in console, which is very exciting for me. Of course, you have to pay for them,
Yeah.
but the free ones include a lot of like cosmetic stuff, so you can get cooler pets, like you have a pet turtle.
Okay.
A lot of furniture, like an actual chair that is programmed to make it look like you sit in an actual chair.
Oh.
But the one I'm excited about is more TNT, because it's a free one where you can just have like all this crazy TNT, which is also that's a very old mod. I remember learning about that a long time ago. Feed the Beast is a modding community, and they have an account on Minecraft. You can purchase add-ons from them.
Interesting.
How long until like ore spawn comes to Minecraft? Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Dang, you're missing out, man.
I don't know a lot of mods. I was never into like super modded. Like, and the people that I watched,
It's the
I
only
used to like read the books, the 4 books that we'd get at the bookstore,
Uh huh.
and they'd talk about like Captain Sparkles,
Yeah.
and then
God, I
I would
miss Captain
watch
Sparkles.
Stampy,
Yep.
and he'd be like, "Hello," and then
This is Stampy. I can't do the
then,
voice.
and then he would talk about, or he'd like show off like a pirate ship or something.
Yeah.
But there were some that I watched that like somebody had like 2 pirate ships in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and they would like shoot at each other, and
Yeah.
I was like, that would be so cool.
I think the natural progression from
And then I saw
Stampy was to mods.
okay, and then I saw ones where people had like mega zombie. It was like a giant. It was a giant zombie.
Wow,
it was
those
like
are
hulking.
old.
I know that's what I remember.
Those are old.
It was-
The popular MMOs.
yeah,
Mob Battle
yeah,
with giant zombie and the weird creeper
yeah.
and the skeleton and the Enderman. Yeah. Wow.
And that's about the extent.
Forgot about those. I wonder if those are in console yet. I'm excited for it. Like, Village and Pillage wasn't that cool. I didn't even know that they had armadillos and dog armor
Okay.
in the official game until like long after release. Like, I don't really care. Caves and Cliffs, it wasn't that cool to me. But this, because I've never had access to a gaming PC where I could download mods,
Right.
this is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's also really cool that Minecraft is finally supporting it. Where like the people who spent a lot of time and energy designing these really fun mods can actually get paid for it. They can actually
Right.
earn a profit, which is really cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, Squad Busters.
Squad Busters.
All right, Walter had a dream.
Yeah.
that he wants to talk
It's
to
not
us about.
often that I dream anymore. Which I told my roommate that, and he's like, that's so sad. But I don't know, it's kind of the way it is. I don't know what conditions must be. I don't know what the correct conditions are for dreaming, you know? Like, do you need to drink enough water, maybe? Is it something like how you sleep?
I
Is it
think
stress?
there's probably stress. I definitely think has to do with, but that also leads to like nightmares. Like I just
Mhm.
watched a thing about nightmares and like they're stress induced. Things that you watch. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different factors that go into it,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Dreams are kind of, they're not as, I don't know.
Right.
I dream. I don't remember what I dreamed about last night, but I dream frequently. Probably like half the week, spread out. I'll dream,
It's a
and
lot
then
more than me.
every
That's
once
good.
in a while, I'll have like a really good,
Yeah.
detailed.
And then you don't want to wake up.
Yeah.
And then you're
Yeah.
so upset when you wake up. Yeah, but this dream, it was just something stupid. I played basketball for 1 season in 6th grade, so I'm not really a basketball expert. I hated it. But in this dream, I was playing basketball at my high school, my old high school. I don't know why I said it like that. I was playing basketball, and I was guarding somebody, and I was like going crazy. I was going crazy guarding this kid. And all of a sudden in the dream, I realized I was sitting down. Like I was on my butt with my legs out in front of me, guarding this guy like it was nothing, because I'm just that tall apparently. It's like, oh, I'll fix that. And I stood up, and all of a sudden this kid's, the top of his head was at my waist. And I snatched the ball out of the air, and in 2 bounds I crossed the court and dunked. And that was the whole dream. It was very quick. Or I don't remember a lot of it, but I don't know, it was fun. It's that kind of like, I mean, that's stupid. Like that is a dumb concept for a dream, but it was so much fun. Nothing like weird happened. Well, nothing sad or bad happened. It was just a good dream.
Interesting.
I would much rather dream consistently and get some bad dreams than not dream at all. I think it must be stress because I've been getting a couple more since I've been home, you know.
So you like less stress, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
More fun.
Some of the ones that I remember the most and enjoy are they're usually about zombie apocalypse
Really?
stuff happening because I hate zombies. I don't know why. They've always just freaked me out. Because I sit there and I think about them. I'm like, man, that used to be a person. Like, that was actually a functioning person not that long ago. I don't know.
Really? You think about that?
It freaked me out.
I
Yes.
think people who create zombie media work very hard to not have that happen.
Really?
I think you're supposed to distance the human from the monster. I do.
Which I don't.
I don't
how?
consider them.
How am I supposed to? Because like, it was a human, and like you get bit, and then you turn into one, and like.
How human looking were they in your dream?
I don't know. Like I didn't think about. In real life, that's what I think about, and that's why I don't care for zombies at all. Ghosts are different, I guess. I don't know. Everything else is just different.
I think
Zombies are
ghosts are
freaky.
personified more than zombies are in like film and TV.
Probably. I don't know. I just think the detail is more there in zombies, like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Very very detailed and.
Was it a
Which I didn't in my dream. I don't think, and this was like years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think about. I'm not like, oh, man, that zombie's detailed. But I don't know. I don't like. That's where it comes from that I don't like them, and then I have dreams about them. I don't know. It's just freaky. I'm like being chased by them, and then I don't know. There's one. It often changes too. Like I don't know. I'm just like in different rooms, and this landscape just builds on top of where I just was, and
Yeah.
there was a part where we were like standing. It was like me and like my family and like probably a couple other people versus like a bunch of zombies were just like standing on top of a hill like you would see in like a medieval like a clash was about to happen.
Uh-huh.
So they would like come up the hill and you would see the shadows and stuff and then all of them would be standing there
Wow.
like watching over getting ready to charge or something like that. And I don't know. There's that part and there's I don't know. I don't really know where I'd go after that. I would just rush around or fight stuff, and then I would be in a different room, getting something different, and then I don't know. They don't really make sense, but they're pretty detailed, and I don't know why. I don't know why I like them about that.
They're detailed in all the most strange ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that I like the most is that it just connects. That's what I don't know. I enjoy having dreams that I wake up and there's like a long storyline
Yeah.
and like I don't know. Sometimes I have a dream and then it just like completely just something different for like the second half.
Uh-huh.
So they don't make I don't know. I don't like those ones as much, but I guess that's better than not dreaming, just waking up and not. And there's nightmares and I don't know. I think those are also interesting though. Would you rather not dream at all or have a nightmare?
Like just a nightmare?
Or like, all right, would you rather only have nightmares or not dream at all?
Okay, in that scenario, I think I'd rather not dream at all.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, nightmares suck. If it's a true nightmare, then like you can't sleep. Like it.
Well, no. It's not
affects your
enough.
sleep.
You're still sleeping. It's not like enough that it like wakes you up and startles you. You still get the normal amount of sleep.
No. I just not dream.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't want to go to school and your pants fall down and your teeth fall
That was
out?
my most common dream in high school.
Really?
100%. I would just dream I went to school and nothing out of the ordinary happened. So that when I woke up, I'd have to do it again. It was very frustrating.
I had dreams like that, except I actually had a lot of recent dreams where I was in like elementary school with like the students I was with right now. We were just in a different environment. I don't know. I do have quite a few dreams about school. I assume that's normal.
Yeah.
To have, I don't know, while I'm in school, I'm not in, like, sleeping and then having to go to school the next day.
Yeah.
But all right, well, what should we do? We can read letters.
Mm-hmm.
We can go off this list. I had Would You Rathers planned.
Mm-hmm.
Not really planned, but
What's on the list?
if this is being
How
left
old
in,
is that
this
notepad?
is not that old. Oh, the notepad is like from this year.
Oh, okay.
Whenever I went to P&W.
It looks like it's been through some stuff.
So yeah, if this is being left in, then this is also just an interesting little production. Music. Here, you know what? You just look at it. So on Tuesday we're gonna go to the dunes, but I wanted you to go, but you have an internship.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm especially next week. Like next week starts for real. I'm locked in.
Really?
8 to 5.
Okay, so you can talk about that. Cause
I can't.
What? Oh, that's right.
I can't.
That's right.
I can talk to you about it after this, but I shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, live
to the general
Nobody's
public.
listening. There's 2 people.
No, we have so many fans, Logan.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot.
Vietnam.
Yeah, there is a.
If you look at the split that Spotify gives you, the analytics,
there's 2% that are from Vietnam.
Yeah, which is definitely a real Vietnamese person and not someone with a VPN.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's probably 4 people who actively search out this podcast.
How many of them are our parents?
None. I don't think any of my parents. I don't know if
your mom doesn't.
She did. If I tell her, she might listen.
Yeah,
again.
same. My mom does too.
Does she listen?
She did. She listened to the ones that I was in college. That doesn't make any sense. Like she missed me.
Okay.
So in order to hear what I was talking about and hear my voice, she listened to it. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom. If you listen again.
I love you, Mom.
Okay. Wow. Copy me. Copy me.
No. Well, okay. I hate you, Mom.
No, she's gonna listen. She's gonna hear it.
Then she'll hear this little bit as well. There's 2 people I know. If you're out there listening, we're talking about you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Logan, how much of your body do you actually wash with soap when you shower?
So, first off, whenever Walter and I had swim, there was a lot of interesting conversations that we would have, in the shower.
Yeah.
Because the shower was arguably one of the best parts of swim.
100%.
Hot shower, listen to music.
Hot shower in the wintertime.
Yes.
And the way the locker rooms were set up.
Especially after a
hard practice.
2-hour practice.
And the boys team would have to walk past the freezing cold door.
Yes.
So the hot showers hit different. They were really, really nice.
They were really nice. We talk about, I don't know, just the shower thoughts that you normally would have, except it's shared among 15 people.
With your boys, with your homies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then one of the conversations was, you don't need to wash your legs.
Yeah.
That's what Peter would. Walter's brother would.
Peter claimed that. Well, are you sure? Was that him?
He would claim all this. He to this day would still claim that it's you don't need to because you wash enough with just the soap running down.
And the soap runs down. The soap will get it. Yeah. Yeah, the classic argument.
Yeah. Which I don't believe.
You don't believe?
No.
So neither do I.
I think he'd I don't know. In that logic though, you can put soap on your head and then just let water run and your whole body would be washed.
But that's not how soap works.
No.
Soap can be spent. It's not like an infinite cleaning thing. Once it finds bacteria or grime, then it loses its suds because it's attacking, I guess you could say. It's attacking those germs.
Right.
So no, it doesn't work that way at all.
And it literally takes 10 seconds to wipe down each leg with just.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yes.
I go.
Just a quick.
Yep. Get in the knee pit.
The crevices.
The crevices, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I spend a little bit more time on my feet.
So do I.
because I don't want to.
A little bit more important.
Yeah, as swimmers, the constant threat of a fungus or a wart is present.
Yeah.
Really, it's so gross. The idea of a wart growing, burying itself into your foot. It's so gross and so hard to get rid of. So, I that like spawned my urge to get clean, squeaky clean feet in the shower. I also don't like taking baths because at a certain point, like I will take a bath if I'm already clean.
Really?
Yeah, because you're just sitting in your filth.
I agree.
I
don't know.
It's released
it is
from your body.
relaxing.
Yeah, I know, but like to clean yourself, especially like if you're outside working on something, like weeding or edging the flower beds, or even cutting grass. There's just like stuff on you, you know?
Right. Yeah, but then your ratio of soap and water should be enough to. I don't know.
No,
You don't think so?
no, I don't think so.
I don't know. I think they're relaxing to just sit, and people use like
Bath bombs.
and Epsom salt and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Which I don't take baths ever.
Yeah,
I always take a shower,
yeah.
and I never used to be that way. Like whenever I was little, I liked baths
Of course,
a lot,
I like baths a lot more.
but now I don't know. I just take a shower.
Yeah. Also, I'm too big for the tub now. I challenge anyone to find me a tub that I can actually.
There is definitely.
lay
They have
down
one in. They had one for like the White House. They had that one president that was like huge. You remember this? You learned about it?
Taft?
I don't remember his name.
Huge as in tall, or huge as in?
Both. And they
I
had
think
they
Lincoln.
had a
I think Lincoln's still the tallest president.
I think-
he was 6'4".
whatever. But they had. I think it was mostly because he was big.
Then it was William Taft.
And then they had a giant tub for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true story.
I want that tub.
Okay.
Forget stealing the Declaration of Independence or stealing.
I don't know if that. Did they? I
We're gonna
bet that
steal
tub is
the
still.
presidential tub.
That's right. William Taft's tub.
William Taft's tub.
It was actually him.
Putting a name on it, and knowing that it was this big guy's tub, I don't know if I want it anymore.
Why?
I don't know. Like, was he helped in taking a bath,
I don't know.
or did he just want a big bath?
He was big. He couldn't fit in the normal bath. It's not like he wanted a special bathtub. Like he had to have a special bathtub because he was so big. I think he was like 300 pounds or something like that. Like he was giant
Yeah.
and needed a big bath for a big boy like yourself.
Like myself.
Yep.
I don't even know how, like, taking showers for so long, I don't know how I would take a bath. Like, do you scrub your hair with shampoo and then you dunk your head?
I don't like washing. I don't know. Washing my hair in the bath is not.
Right, yeah.
Because it's like I get my hair wet and then I sit there and it's sitting there drying
Uh-huh.
out of the water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Showers are peak.
They're more practical.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, back to your question. I don't know. I wash my whole body.
Yeah. I even started washing my neck. I started prioritizing washing my neck.
Really?
Yeah. Feels good. It turns out if you just like wash your body is happy. It feels good. I started washing my arms. I think, I don't know about any other sports, but swimming has a lot of back knee, and a lot of people hate it. So I started washing my back.
How do you wash your back?
How?
Mm-hmm.
I used to use a loofah. Hold up. Okay, that is a good question. Do you use a loofah?
No, usually I don't.
Have you ever used a loofah?
Yeah, I have.
What made you stop using a loofah?
Lost it.
See, I totally respect people who do, and I get why you would. I've used it before. It's like very exfoliating, and it feels like you're clean. You know, it's getting all the grime off.
I don't know. It feels rough to me. It's almost like just sandpaper.
Really?
Yeah,
I think you might have had a hard loofah then.
maybe.
I don't
know. What I do like about loofahs though, is the ratio of I feel like soap goes so much farther with a loofah. Like I can rub it on my
there's
body.
way
and
more
then-
suds.
Yes.
It's probably cost effective.
I
Like
think so.
noticeably cost effective.
It probably is.
Even,
We used to have
even
one
for like paying for a loofah.
that had it was like a stick and had a loop on the end
Yeah.
for scrubbing your back. I
Yeah.
did like that one a lot.
Yeah, I've never had the back scratcher kind, but I did use a loofah, and I just stopped because I dropped it on the floor one time of the shower, I was like, oh, it's probably gross. And then instead of doing something about it, I just stopped using it. So yeah,
You thought it was gross?
yeah. Nowadays, I start with my hair. You should always start from the top down. If you don't start from the top down, then that's kind of gross.
I really don't. I don't have like a routine.
Oh,
I
I
don't
have
get
a
in and
routine.
like check off a list. I just get in.
Start with the hair.
Whichever one I grab first is what I start with.
Start with the hair, shampoo. Then okay. I guess washing your face could be anywhere, but I start with the hair. Then I like lather up my hands with some soap or bar soap. Get the neck, get the back, get the chest and all this stuff, arms. Then I get armpits. And then I get the groin, front and back. Then at that point, I normally like rinse it all off.
You do rinse it off?
Yeah, sing some songs in the shower, And then I wash my legs and my feet, rinse that off. Wash my face, rinse that off. Condition my hair sometimes, rinse that off. Then I'm done.
I wash my face last.
Yeah.
Because I have a face wash thing that I use.
Yeah.
Sing some ditties.
Sing some ditties. Shower songs do go hard.
I don't sing in the shower.
What? Do you whistle in the shower?
Nope.
Do you hum in the shower?
No.
Do you bust a move in the shower?
I do not.
Hmm.
Bust a move in the shower. I'm going to slip and fall. Break my neck.
How old are you?
What do you mean, how old am I? If I'm dancing around on there is a slick surface directly beneath me.
You're not
to
like
stay planted.
You're not like bumping your head.
No.
You're not like feeling.
I'm not much of a visual. I just listen to music. I think about it. That's it. I don't like listen to music. My body starts moving on its own. I start singing. That's not me.
I think life gets better when you start dancing. Dancing in different situations. If you're happy, do a little happy dance.
Car accident. Like.
Okay, maybe not a car accident. Although, you know what? To each their own. If you need to dance in a car accident, then that's your...
If you caused it?
Well, okay. I don't know. But, okay, it's good that you wash all of your body. I'm glad that you're not a
freak?
A freak. A stinky freak.
I only wash my hair.
And then the hair gets all of it, brother. When I was lifting weights with the football team, I would bring my shampoo and conditioner, and a lot of guys just would forget or never even brought any of their own soap, and I was bummed off with someone else. So somebody was using the soap, and the guy's like, "Hey, can I use that soap?" Pointing to my conditioner. I was like, "No, it's conditioner." He's like, "I don't care," and then used it as soap, and then took a shower and left.
That's why they're stinky.
Yeah. Football guys are a little bit gross. In a good way though. I liked working on the football team.
Really?
Yeah, they're all really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's a lot different than the swim team. The swim team is unmatched. I think you and I can both agree. Like,
yeah,
those showers were amazing. Just the locker room conversations.
Yep.
We were all comfortable with each other.
Yeah. I think the humor is
It was so quick.
Yeah. And everyone has the same humor, I think.
Yeah. Because I think we grew together. I think
Yeah.
our humor and our interests all grew together.
That's why, okay, whenever we had the senior banquet, I mentioned something like that. Because we all had to stand up and, like talk at some point.
Yep.
And I talked about, I thought it was it's not comparable to being in the military, but it's like, I don't know, it's like that brothership bond. Because we're all doing something very challenging.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that grows a bond that has to be, like, factually correct.
I think that it's slightly different than the military.
It probably is.
Just because...
I mean, your life is on the line at the end of it.
But, like, socially, the military seems a lot more intense.
Yeah.
And what I enjoyed about our swim team so much was just that it was always lighthearted. And
Yeah.
and there were a lot of intense moments or intense undertones, but everyone kept it lighthearted, kept it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Want to make sure that everyone felt safe and happy.
Yeah.
It was a really special team.
It was. It was sad when Walter left. So that was my first year, because I started as a junior, and Walter was a senior, because he's 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
For any of you new listeners who have made it 30 minutes into this podcast. But, yeah, so then, I don't know, because my only two, like, I was in 1/4 of your swimming high school career, and you were in half of mine.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I wish I would have started freshman year. I probably could be on the record board, maybe.
Because you grew so fast.
Yeah.
For how much experience did you have before high school?
None.
So
I never swam.
For only
Besides being
knowing
in a
the
pool.
basics of how to swim and never doing it competitively,
Yeah.
you were really good.
I was wondering. I do wonder though if I would have dropped off, because in soccer it's kind of like you have freshman and sophomore year are usually whatever, and then typically your junior year is better than your senior year. In soccer, at least. The season or how you perform. Maybe you perform better senior year, but the season is usually.
Yeah.
Which this year or last year for soccer, my senior year was actually I performed better, and the team was actually surprisingly better, and we lost like 6 seniors.
Mm-hmm.
So then there was like 3 seniors, me and 2 other people.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I expected this year for soccer, though, to be terrible. And it was not.
Good.
So that was interesting. But for swim, I don't know. I wondered if I would have... Because my 2 years of swim was just, like, learning how to swim and then getting better at that. And that was it.
Yeah. As it were, if you had 2 more...
I wonder if I would have,
the third year could have been, like mastery. And then...
Senior. Because Seth did worse, I think, this year.
In swim?
Yeah. He swam... slower. He swam faster for the 100, I think, and slower for, I don't know. He swam slower for something. I think his 50 was slower.
Yeah.
Like he swam 22, high 22 for the 50 free, junior year, and then senior year he said he swam like 24.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is I don't know. Seth will be on the podcast eventually. He could talk to us.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys, but
I almost didn't come back for my senior year of swim.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Freshman year was
was a
fun.
different coach, right?
Different coach, yeah. So it was very different. And the seniors, when I was a freshman, or the senior, was a great guy. But I don't know, if you ever talked to him or swam with him for as long as I did, it was just different. It was like a different way of leading the team, more intense. And,
Okay.
and that's not a bad thing. It's just, it was just different. I keep saying that. It was. Sophomore year was pandemic, and I hated it. I hated going to school and blah, 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 all this stuff. Junior year was great, but I just didn't know. I don't know if I had it in me to do another year.
Really?
Yeah.
So how long have you been swimming up to this point? Like your whole life?
I started in 6th grade,
Okay.
which is pretty late.
Yeah.
A lot of swimmers start when they're 8, or even earlier. I couldn't imagine doing that. I would have burned out so fast.
Peter did, right? Or Peter he started like the same time that you did, but he was younger.
Yeah. So he started when he was the age of a 5th grader.
Because Peter skipped a grade.
Yeah.
Man, he's really smart. Like Walter's really smart. But
Great.
Peter's also Peter's young.
Yeah.
Because he skipped a grade.
But I'm glad I came back for my senior year. Very
Me
glad.
too. Yeah. I think it definitely shaped a lot of the team. I don't know. I think there is a thing of like having fun.
Yeah.
Is so valuable in a team. Because like this last year of soccer, I don't know. My junior year was really fun because I had all the friends that I had grown up with since freshman year. They were sophomores. it was a little bit different though. And then senior year, now I'm leading the team. I became team captain. I kind of had the most game knowledge, the most skill because I went to club and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about the most skill because we had a couple like sophomores and a junior that were really good. Jesus, I played with since we were both really little. He's always been really good because his dad pushes him really hard. So I think there is like being pushed to do really good, and then also like having fun doing it. Those things have to connect to be like really good.
Yeah.
We had one of the best seasons that we've had in like 10 years, which is not good at all. We're in a really tough sectional.
Yeah.
There's like a couple teams. Lake Central, Chesterton, and Munster are like, I don't know. They compete for like state almost every year. Lake Central especially. And Lake Central's huge. So they have really good, they just have a really good soccer program. Ours was terrible. And then ours got a really bad reputation. So like refs and stuff usually lean in the other team's favor a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's really interesting being on the field. I wish you would have been there. I mean, I don't know. But you would have been able to see what I'm talking about because you can see whenever the team starts to collapse or whenever we find hope. Because in swim, it's kind of like...
It's a team sport, but it's very individual.
Yeah. You do your event. You have your own personal thoughts and stuff, and then the race is over.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have thoughts afterwards. And like in soccer, that's all happening live.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
and
expressing that.
And it's affecting your teammates.
Right.
Live, yeah.
So if you're screaming at someone for misperforming...
Everyone can hear it.
It just brings... Yeah, it starts bringing stuff down. So, which in swim, like... They could be screaming at you for doing bad, and you would not even know it until you got out.
Yeah.
So, it's different. Which I think the better swimmers, there's a little bit more to that. Like, you're kind of like, whenever I swam, I didn't really watch who was next to me. Like, I could kind of see if I was close or what, but I think you guys were a lot more aware of that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's different. It's a different sport. It's interesting. The football team is going downhill. Whenever I was a freshman, the football team was like, they were all mean. They like make fun of you. Make fun of me especially, yeah, because I played soccer.
When you were a freshman?
Yes.
So I would have been
like
a
freshman
sophomore.
and sophomore.
Yeah.
And then now...
I don't really know too much, but I would agree that they weren't the best that year.
And now, I don't know. Then I was older than them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also they sucked. I have a lot of friends that are on the football team, but
yeah,
Coach Kennedy was like 2005, I think, won state, and I don't know. Whenever he was coaching, it was a really good program, and then he handed it over to the current coach, and I think it just went downhill. I don't know. I think the soccer teams. I always like to think of teams as like a wave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the team is... My freshman year, I think we won 1 or 2 games and lost all the other ones.
Yeah.
And it slowly just got better. And this year it was actually, like, really decent. We went 500, which means you at least win or tie half the games and you lose the other half.
Yeah.
I think we're on, like, an incline.
Yeah.
Some teams, I think, go on a decline.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, like...
And every year you always hear, like, oh, that team is just rebuilding.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they had a great senior class, you know.
Which, okay, so that's what we were. We were just rebuilding, but then we actually had a better season than we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
It was interesting. The swim team, on the other hand, like, I think the swim team just does, which I don't know for before, but I think we just do good in general.
Well...
I think next year's going to be rough.
Yes, we do. Or we did. But the other teams, I'm sure you noticed, had a decline. Munster just didn't have any kids entering the program, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened to them. They just aren't... And it's not their fault, you know?
Right.
And they're great guys. I love racing them, hanging out with them. But they just didn't have the manpower anymore, you know? Which is kind of where we were. I think our greatest success was not that we were good, it's that we were good in spite of having a small team.
Yeah. That's what I think. That's what I think. We just have. I think it probably goes for all sports that you just have like. I don't know about like completely individual. I feel like for the most part, sports are like a wave though.
Yeah.
Like every school's gonna have one or two sports they're really good at.
Yep.
And then I feel like you have like a drought, and then eventually it'll just go on an incline, and then you'll do. I don't know. But then I think about that for all other teams. So like, okay, Munster is probably on the decline this season. We're on the, we're going uphill now,
Mm-hmm.
so we could have a better chance. But I don't know. That's usually what I thought.
Yeah.
And then I'm out. So.
Yep. And now you just start to realize that it doesn't affect you anymore.
Yeah, my brothers are going to be going through, and then I've also talked to my uncle about possibly coaching.
Yeah.
Because he played, and then a couple years after he played, he came back and coached, and then they had a really good season one of those years, where they won sectionals and stuff. But I don't know. It sucks because we were in such a hard division for soccer. Our sectional was really hard, like really hard. And this school doesn't really care. The school kind of hates. I don't know. They don't. I feel like they don't like anybody except
the school has so much on their plate. Any school does. Like some teams, some things are bound to slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to manage it all.
I think so. Football is our
and that makes
most...
sense. Football makes the most money. Football pays for a lot of other sports. Things.
I don't know.
And I understand that a lot, and I really like the football team. I still really do. Like they're a bunch of cool guys in my opinion, and they get a lot of hate because like, oh, all they care about is football. But like they have to care about football, otherwise everything else kind of falls away. So I don't mind it. I do mind it that the pool sucked, and that
I liked it.
And that
I like the pool. It's 65 years old or something like that.
I think if the school could do anything better, it would be to, like, advertise things better, In college, which is different, very different. It's a private institution that has their own way of funding things, and it's a public high school.
Tons of money.
Tons of money. But in college, one game from every sports' respective season, there would be like a student body night. So like they get pizza for the first 200 people that showed up, or they'd have some sort of incentive, some sort of small raffle for all the students who showed up, right? And it was really fun. It was really cool that they did that, especially in the wintertime. They had hot chocolate for, I think it was a basketball game. I don't know, but it was cool. It was really cool. And I just wish that like would do something aside from letting them all. It's like no one thinks about it,
Yeah.
Swim was popping off. If you came to the swim meet, there was a really good chance you'd watch us win.
Yeah.
Like it was a fun time. And if you came to Crown Point, even if we didn't win, that was a good meet.
Yeah.
Because it was competitive.
It was like neck and neck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like those meets were so good because you could tell like our coach was like mad and their coach was mad, that you could see the story, the tension happening
right
from in the stands. And no one ever came, ever.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is just the advertising, but the way that I viewed it is that they didn't care as much.
Yeah.
The soccer team has had the best season in like 10 years, and it's like
the swim team was the most winningest team that season.
Really?
It was that season. That year. My junior year, your sophomore year, we won the most of any sport in the school.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Not a word.
I think girls golf might have been really good too. But that's a problem. Like I don't even know. I don't even know because the school didn't even say anything.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I viewed it though.
Yeah, the wave.
The football team, no matter what though. Like they had a really, really tough game and they lost by 40. It's like
Yeah, which
okay,
did happen.
dude.
Which did happen a lot,
Yeah.
especially recently. Maybe I just like the football team because I liked the seniors, like the people in my class.
Could be.
The people in my class were great guys.
I have friends that are,
Yeah,
but I don't know. In general, I think now they've probably calmed down. But whenever I was a freshman, it was like I don't know. I just grew almost like a despise for them because they hated me. They hated the soccer team. They hated everything else besides.
yeah. I also didn't like that. I don't like people who don't try in school.
Yeah, and I think that's a common connection with
Yeah,
a lot of the football players. Also, just did not care in school.
yeah,
I didn't. That was not the way that I was.
yeah.
Which school's not for everybody, but if you're gonna be mean to me, at least be smart. You know?
God. Least they could do.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's over now.
Yep.
On to college.
Yep.
To be
There are a lot of things that, if you'll take my nugget of wisdom, there are a lot of things that you'll think are important, and you'll just realize like they were never important. And there's a lot of stuff that you will think it's fine to forget, or like you don't really care about anymore, and then one day you'll wake up and be like, wow, like that was special. You know, that I really missed that. It's weird how it works.
Interesting. You're talking to me like you're like 13 years older.
I don't know. I've aged a lot in this past year, I feel
Yeah.
like. And that take that with a grain of salt because I'm not a pro, you know. You might not experience that at all. You might be like, wow, I really like that and I want to keep that close to me, you know? And I hated that. I'll never do that again. And then it'll be black and white and it's clear to you. And that's great. I hope that happens for you. But for me, it was like that.
Interesting.
We'll call it there?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, if you made it this far, thank you.
Hats off.
That's right.
Hats off to our
Didn't have a whole lot of plan for
Continuous
this one.
speaker.
Just I don't know, just talked about where it went. That's kind of like the first 2 episodes is what it was. We
yeah, just like
talked
seeing
about
where it goes.
Yeah, and then the 3rd and 4th episode we kind of had more of a structure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll just go back and forth between having ideas, stuff that we truly do want to talk about, and then other
Yeah.
stuff that we don't. So
Thanks, guys, for listening. We will see you next time.
yeah, stay tuned.